This is something that you need to pay attention to, and this is going to bring us into the full theme of this episode of The Foundation. Especially goes out to those of you who think you know private trust and you were not properly trained. Specifically, this goes out to those of you who believe they have been administering trust properly in the public for whatever reason, but actually do not know what they are doing. This is for you. This is for you. Trustees or executors or grantors or beneficiaries or whoever you are, with regards to a private trust indenture, who lack proper substantiation. This is for you. This is for you. I want all of you to hear this. All of you. I want all of you who are thinking about establishing your private estate, I want you to hear this too. Because this stuff is not a game. It's not a game. It may sound cool and intriguing and, really be interesting and novel, but at the end of the day, this is not a game. It's not a game. I didn't even want to do a show today, but y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to hear this. This is serious. And this is for all the other people. Y'all getting money through Venmos and Cash Apps. You might have a little OnlyFans. You might have YouTube income. You might be some sort of entrepreneur. This is for you too. Even if you've just been selling stuff out of your garage on eBay, this is for you. But most importantly, this is for you flimsy flam trustees. You flimsy flam trustees and you fool gurus. Pancake and toast, because this is the real CNBC. And it's from the news. The Senate approved nearly $80 billion in Internal Revenue Service funding. The Senate approved nearly $80 billion in funding to the IRS, y'all. $45.6 billion is earmarked for enforcement. IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig said the resources won't increase, quote, audit scrutiny on small businesses or middle-income Americans, end quote. Sure. Why would you specifically say that? But this investment, because that's what the Senate did. The Senate made an investment in the IRS and is projected to bring in $203.7 billion in revenue. So they're about to invest $80 billion, and they're going to make $203.7 billion. It's more than double. They're about to more than double their money with IRS enforcement. Where is the IRS enforcing? And whom are the IRS enforcing themselves upon? The United States is made up of citizens. Whether you're an American citizen or a U.S. citizen, as Democrats' spending plan moves closer to the House vote, one of the more controversial provisions is nearly $80 billion in IRS funding, with $45.6 billion for, quote, enforcement, end quote, has raised questions about who the agency may target for audits. IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig said that absolutely not. The research is absolutely not about increasing audit scrutiny on small businesses or middle-income Americans, end quote. This is a letter he wrote to the Senate. Do you believe him? Do you believe the Senate? However, with the investment, projected to bring in $203.7 million in revenue. Come on, man. And they label it as an investment. They're not even lying or hiding it. From 2022 to 2031, that's in 9 years. They're going to more than double their money in 9 years, man. Opponents say IRS enforcement may affect everyday Americans. Quote, our biggest worry in this is that the burden for these audits will land on Walmart shoppers, end quote. This is Representative Kevin Brady, who's a Republican from Tejas. Overall, IRS audits plunged by 44% between fiscal year 2015 and 2019, according to the 2021 Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration report. While audits dropped by 75% for Americans making $1 million or more, the percentage fell 33% for low to moderate income filers claiming the earned income tax credit. And this is what I'm talking about. If you think that this investment in the IRS is not going to affect you, if you think that this investment in the IRS is not going to pull a dragnet through all 1040s and all 1041s, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. You're absolutely crazy. You need to think about it. You need to wake up, because that's exactly what's going to happen. The fact that this man said that it wasn't going to happen even convinces me more that it is going to happen. Because where else are they going to get the money? From businesses? Businesses are laying off employees. Businesses create employees. Employees pay income tax withholding. It goes to the IRS. Why would they do that to businesses? How does that make sense? They give businesses all types of deductions and credits. As a matter of fact, businesses can write off all of their, some businesses can write off expenses and loans and interest and stuff like that, repayments. There's nothing to tax. I want you to think about that. If if you're a trustee, let's talk to the trustees real quick. Trustees, I love y'all. I really do. But listen, if you've been slacking in your administration and your substantiation, you should be concerned right now. And I'm not just talking about trustees who have ever or are in training here at the foundation, getting that education with regards to trust administration. I'm talking to all trustees. If you haven't been properly administering the trust corpus, the trust estate, the trust indenture, and the trust business, whether it's whatever type of trust it is, I don't care what trust it is. Family, asset trust, business trust, it doesn't matter what trust it is. If you have not been properly administering the trust, you should be concerned right now. You should have adrenaline running through your veins right now. They're going to hire over like 80-some thousand employees, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like 80-some thousand, I think it was 81. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do know that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So what does this mean? This means that you are running out of time. And not only with regards to setting up your family business, because what is your family business? If you have a dream of opening a restaurant, you might as well let that dream go, unless you're actively pursuing it right now, or you have some sort of niche, like fusion type flavor, some kind of, I don't know. But then again, like these companies, man, they go and buy your stuff, and then they'll go and bring it to a chemist, and then they'll figure out the ingredients, and then next thing you know, there's a robot serving your dish. A fully autonomous restaurant serving your dish for $10 cheaper. Why? Because it can. Because robots, you don't have to pay robots. You just have to service them. So that's why. IRS enforcement, it's coming, and it's not just coming for trusts. It's not just coming for individuals. I'm sure some businesses, sole proprietors. What I will say is this. What I will say is get your affairs in order. Didn't say out of time. You're running out of time. Get your affairs in order. Because these people are actively cornering markets and making it more difficult for us to enter a market with a product or service, making it much more difficult. I mean, down to the fees that they're charging to, organize a corporation. With regards to real estate, they're cornering the markets. You can look it up. Real estate investment trusts, very large investment firms, even large multinational banks are buying up single-family homes like it's gold being sold by a guy who doesn't know it's gold. What do you think that does for rents for single families? What do you think that does when your landlord is an investment firm with a business plan and lawyers? How do you get that personal touch? How does it matter if, you're in a recession, you can't pay rent? Who are you talking to? You're talking to a machine, probably a message. You can call these numbers these days, and there's machines that want you to talk to them. I can understand complete sentences. I don't know if you do, but I don't talk to those machines. But they can speak to you. They can make you food. They can take your jobs. They can assist in cornering the market, cornering equities and precious metals. Do you think that wealthy individuals are not buying precious metals like crazy right now? Because they are. They are. They absolutely are. People like me, I'm crazy. Because what do I know? I know that it's a tangible asset. I know that a lot of assets are going to lose value. I know that Best Buy and all these other companies are talking about slashing their prices for the holiday season. How can these companies slash their prices? Because the demand is dwindling. That's why. People don't want to buy anything anymore because it's too expensive. So how are we selling things? It makes it difficult. How are we getting our hands on precious metals? And is that something that's important to you? I think it should be. I just speak what I think. These are just my my opinions. I don't give legal advice. Not at all. But wealth overall is being cornered. The wealthy, they increase their wealth by like 70% or some stupid number over the panorama. Did you increase your wealth over the panorama? They're cornering the market. They're cornering everything. They're cornering jobs by automating them. They're going to have robots sweeping the streets. They're going to have robots assembling things in a team of network. They're going to have, look, here's going to be the factory. The factory is going to be fully autonomous where you work. It's going to be fully autonomous. It's going to be robot hands and arms sticking off, doing everything, doing the dance. There's going to be 2 or 3 network administrators because all of these robots must be connected to the same network. and there's going to be one or two technicians on call. So if something breaks, and the technicians are going to get an alert on their mobile device from the robot itself. Hey man, we need to hire someone who can keep track of these and make sure they're not broken. No, these things have alerts now. They send you alerts to your mobile device that there's an issue with this robot. There's a log. It sends the log. So these technicians, the administrators, they look in the log on their mobile device at their home to determine what the issue is with the autonomous machine. And I'm going to tell you this. 70% of the time, they can fix the problem on their mobile device. They don't have to get up and get out of their house, get out of their bed, and go do anything. You're on the phone? Hold on. Give me actually, I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes, okay? They say, okay. You hang up. They fix the problem in the fully autonomous warehouse. Same thing with the fully autonomous restaurants. We got autonomous vehicles coming. We got autonomous planes coming. It's going to put out a lot of people out of job. When these autonomous fleet semi-trucks really, really, really take off, it's going to be a problem for a lot of people. That's why I say, man, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. We are running out of time. We all are. So whether it's IRS enforcement or automation of jobs or the inflation or the raising of the interest rates, which is making borrowing more expensive, which is making credit card debt more expensive, which is making student loans more expensive. If you got a federal loan that's unsubsidized, those things went up. If you want to buy a car, the interest rate, that's going to be crazy. Crazy interest rates. I mean, listen. And then I'm not even talking about the geopolitical situation that is fomenting right now and how that will affect economics. And it's really, really hard to quantify the numbers of people that are going to be negatively affected by the future. I hate to say it like that, but the future's coming. It's gonna mess a lot of people up. You're gonna get into situations where you're not gonna be able to pay some bills. Some of you. You're gonna get into some situations where you're not gonna be able to pay car payments and maybe even the house payment. And if you have any unencumbered assets, if you have anything that you own, flat out, scot-free, now is the time to exchange that into a private trust. Because believe anything that's in your name, and you owe a credit card company money, or you owe on a vehicle, you got it for 25 bands, but you put miles on it, and you had it for 7 years. You owe 12 bands, but it's only worth 3 bands, or something of that nature. So you owe $9,000. When this stuff starts getting serious, y'all, and I trust that this won't happen, but it happens more often than you think. When you can't pay bills, and these creditors, these alleged creditors, they try to start taking the stuff that you own, that you paid off. You already paid it. I paid off that car. Well, it's in your name, so we're gonna force the sale of this car so we can take possession of the funds. We have this default judgment. We're gonna force a foreclosure on your home so we can sell the home. These things happen, and Anything that you own that they can get their hands on is up for grabs, whether it's encumbered or not. So I would suggest, and this isn't legal advice, I would suggest that, anything that you own that's unencumbered, exchange it into a private trust properly, substantially. Have the proper substantiation. You use the proper exchange procedure and stand on it and exchange it to it. Because if anything happens, you got to file bankruptcy or something like that. Or you got creditors trying to take possession of property and stuff. The trust is a legal, distinct person. And if the trust owns the property and they're trying to take the property they're trying to take something from you, and they have a default judgment in your name, quote, your name, they don't have a judgment in the name of the trust. But the substantiation is important. That's why I say properly, substantively exchange the assets. Because we're running out of time. If you've been thinking about getting into trustee training, now is the time. Right now. Imagine, y'all think, I have people that, I'm into this 9A number. I want to get this 9A number, whatever. You know how many people, including trustees, have called me and said, man, I can't get the 9A number because they tripping on the phone, asking me all types of questions. They wouldn't want to give it to me because they're tightening it up. I told y'all, the public is locking down. They're tightening it up. You're not going to be able to look at these 5 steps on how to get your 9A number and call in and make that happen. It's not really, nope. And guess what's going to happen when they add all these employees to the Internal Revenue Service? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Protect your assets first. Protect the property of your estate first. People are like, I got to do this. I got to discharge and see SPC University. Correct. SPC University all day. All day. But protect the stuff you have first. Set up your private estate first. If you look at the secured party creditor process, you will see that there's a private trust indenture in there. But it's for banking. It's for banking purposes with regards to the public. So you don't want to have your assets, your unencumbered assets, titled in the same entity that's directly connected with the public. Nah, you got an asset trust. You got other asset trusts and other structures in the private for that. Now, property, if you own your own business, maybe it's doing well. It's quite possible that your business or your family business, your business, whatever, is improperly structured to accept the maximum benefits allowed to it by law. You understand what I'm saying? You file a tax return, right? The IRS doesn't call you and say, hey, man, you could have saved 15% or more on your tax return if you would have did this. They never give you instructions. They give you instructions on how to fill out the form. But there's no instructions on how to save money on taxes. Why? Because that's their business. Congress has made an $80 billion investment. It's a business. And the more you understand that, the sooner you understand that, the better off you'll be, because it is a business. So what is this? It's really about recognizing the situation that we're in, what's happening right now, being present in the moment and present enough to ascertain the true nature of the circumstances that we are in, whether it's in our families, in our homes, in our neighborhoods, locally, in our cities, in our regions, in our states, on the continent, whatever, however, it grows and grows and grows. There's levels to this stuff. So understanding geopolitics on an international level, national level, regional level, state level, local level, city level, county level, so on and so forth is very important. Same thing with economics. Same thing with different markets and the volatility or lack thereof in these markets. People say the housing market's going to crash. There's no such thing as the housing market. There's many, many markets that come together that allow them to ascertain as well as aggregate data to make a particular hypotheses or particular stance or something of that nature. But ultimately, it's a race. It's a race. And people say, oh, it's the human race. We're all one race. Okay, cool. But this is a race between families, man. Families. Political position, economic position, asset positions, influential positions. While we out here worried about sneakers, and what's popping on Snapchat, things are happening. Wealth is being created, lives are being changed, beautified, and destroyed. You get one shot, one time on this earth, and maybe you get more. Maybe there is reincarnation, there possibly is, but you'll never be back here at this time, this moment, in this place, in this space, with these same exact conditions. You got to make the most of it. And in order to make the most of what you're doing and the most of life ultimately, you have to understand the stakes, understand what you're dealing with, and understand and comprehend what the moves are to be made. But being complacent, feeling good because you worked a long week and you deserve some time off, that's coming to an end, y'all. I'm telling you. If you don't prepare, if you don't get ready, you are going to be extremely unhappy. You are going to be hungry. And you will be displeased with yourself, but there will be very little you can do. And those of you who are watching what's happening, you know I'm telling the truth. Those of you who've listened to me over the years, how many times have I said something and it been incorrect, especially about my predictions about the future with markets and how things are coming? Told y'all. How can they make vaccinations mandatory? I said they're going to do it through your employer. What do? They did it through it, and they started firing people. I told y'all inflation is coming. What happened? Inflation popped. But I'm telling y'all now, you're running out of time. You are. You're running out of time. You don't even know it. You don't even know it. It's like walking out to the beach and being like, oh, that's weird. The tide has gone out, and it's not the normal time for the tide to go out. And I can see the bottom of the ocean. I can actually walk out here for a mile and see the bottom of this ocean. Man, I've never been able to walk out here I've been alive this long, and that is an indication of a tsunami, man. Most people marvel at it. Wow, look at this. This is cool. I've never been able to walk out this far away from shore. Where'd all the water go? This must be a phenomenon. No, you don't know what it means. You think it's cool. You think it's fun. You think it's okay. But you don't know what it means. If you can walk past the regular shoreline outside of the tide for a significant distance away from the shore, and you're walking, and there's no water there, that is an indication of a tsunami, man. Look it up. The water pulls back, and it comes back at you in a big wave, and it goes inland for like a mile or so. Watch the videos. It's crazy. So a lot of people, oh, it's the future. Oh, these things are cool. Oh, they said I could take $10,000 off of my student loans. That helps a lot. I'm just going to keep going to work and pretend like everything's okay. Okay. I'm telling y'all on that beach. Y'all on that beach where the water went out. Walking around picking up shells and stuff. You see, I see a starfish. I found a starfish. Ooh, look, is this sunken treasure? You're about to get splashed and destroyed. People gonna cry for you. It's gonna be a sad thing. It's gonna be very sad. But you run out of time. Trust, you are running out of time. You are running out of time. So please believe your state, most states are going to get very, very predatory as they begin to go broke more and more. They're going to get predatory. They're going to raise taxes on you know, and then there are some states that don't have personal income taxes. Some states don't have, you know, corporate income taxes, you know, but then there's federal income taxes. And I truly believe, you know, if you haven't been doing your dance properly, they're coming for you. They're even coming for people who have been doing their dance properly, but they're going to leave them people alone once they show their proper substantiation. But it's a problem. I'm going to tell you what they do. Willful failure to file a tax return or willful, like intentional withholding or manipulation of a tax return. Well, you said you claim this, but you actually this is what we say you owe. Oh, really? Oh, no. Well, it's a trust? Okay, well, let me see the trust next. Let me see authorization. Oh, yeah? Okay, so what's the EIN of the trust? And then what they do? They subpoena all the bank statements. And this is what you made. This is what we say you owe. These are the taxes on what you owe. Here's the penalties on what you owe because it's adding up. And here are the fees that we put on what you owe. And the craziest thing is an Internal Revenue Service bill, right? Or judgment or whatever, because you got to work to make money to pay it off. But when you work, you're actually incurring more tax obligation. Man, it's crazy. It's a wonderfully evil, crazy dance. So I suggest, you know, we put it together. I suggest you email me admin@welcometothefoundation.com. You can inquire with regards to trustee training. I will tell you this. Nothing stays the same, man. You know, I don't know if you've noticed, but, you know, the shows haven't been as consistent as they were. You know, things are happening. Things are changing. Nothing stays the same. You are running out of time. I'm not playing. And I mean that literally and figuratively. I almost said figural. What is the figuratively? You're running out of time. And I say that with all love. I'm not trying to freak you out. I'm trying to scare you. I'm trying to motivate you. I am attempting Two, motivate you. Get it together. Get it right. Get it straightened out. Get it taken care of. Now, while you still have time, because you are running out of time. What was that business you wanted to start? What was that idea you had? What was the thing that, that dream that you let go of but still keeps nagging at you? You are running out of time. You're running out of time. The future is yours. All you got to do is reach out and take it. But you also have to properly prepare. Have the right attitude, consistency, dedication, and your life will change radically. But you have to be prepared. What is it? Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. You get an opportunity, but you're prepared. Oh, that was lucky. Was it? Maybe the opportunity was lucky, or maybe not. Maybe I drew that to myself. But luck is opportunity meets preparedness. And I can't say it enough. They're about to hire a lot of employees for enforcement. But then they said, it's not going to. And look, y'all need to look at what's happening. You pay attention. If you doing a weirdo dance with a weirdo trust, you need to stop. If you've been doing weirdo half-stepping dances with trust, you might want to book a consultation. You got to get your stuff together. You have to get your stuff together. You can't wait until you need it, because it will be too late. You're going to be stressed. You're going to make so many mistakes. And trust, this is not a time nor the situation to make mistakes. Too costly. Too costly. Cost versus benefits. Whoa, it's all bad. So, if you're interested in booking a consultation, go to the website. You can book a consultation from the website, or you can email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I'm not trying to scare you, just trying to inform you. That's what I'm doing. It's very important. I'm not saying you're out of time. I'm saying you're running out of time. It's two different things. Like I said, I'm not trying to be clickbaitish. I'm not trying to be scary. My intention is to inform you that you are running out of time. I'm not playing. The public is locking down. All these things are going on. I've been pancaking toes for years. And I'm telling you, you are running out of time. Got people I know that's look, I'm not even going to say it. Look, just please trust me. Trust me, please. Or not. Do your dance. Free will. I respect it. I respect it 100%. But for those of you who hear me, for those of you who connect, tap in. Hit the website, welcometothefoundation.com. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Got this, hey, we got to get this right. But I'm gonna end it with that. It's all about trust. Trust. You're running out of time. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what else to say besides, here we go. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. The bell just rung, and you're in the octagon, and here we go. So, with that being said, I trust y'all, was able to, grab something from the show. I appreciate all the people calling in. Yeah, it's been a while. That's a lot of callers. I appreciate it. Y'all, y'all still being here. Y'all still rocking with the foundation. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, And yeah, it's absolutely appreciated. But it's really for you. The foundation is what I wish I would have come into contact with when I came into this information. That's what the foundation is. It's everything that I wish I could have found in one spot. It didn't exist, so we made it. We created it. And that's the thing. I had success in all of my life, actually. In those times where I was able to recognize or at least acknowledge that there was something missing and then just add it, just put it there. I'm not the type of person to sit there and talk about it. Oh, you see that? That's missing. Nah. I'm actually the one to do it. I invite you to take on that energy as well. That do it energy. Look at what you got going on. Look at your business. Look at your administration. Look at your bookkeeping, your records. Look at your correspondences, your customer interface protocols. Look at the things that you're doing. Identify the things you're not doing. But most importantly, identify what's missing. What's missing? Identify the holes in your game and fill them. You are running out of time. 100% running out of time. But hey, my name is So L. You've been listening to The Foundation here on High Frequency Radio Network, the hottest radio network on the planet. I was going to say the planet. Sometimes I clown too much. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Big Brother Yusuf L. SPCUniversity.com. Shout out to you and all your accomplishments and future endeavors and successes. The future is yours. You just gotta reach out and take it. It's not gonna come to you. You have to go get it. And I'll leave you with that. I trust y'all will have a luxurious week and that your mood and your experience will be illustrious. We'll be here next week for The Foundation on High Frequency Radio Network. Again, my name is So L. It has been a pleasure. I implore you to hug your loved ones. Go see your family that you haven't seen in a long time because they're still here and you still can, but you're running out of time. Enjoy yourself. Smile more than you frown. Invest in your private education. But most importantly, say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night, as it's important. And I'll catch you next week on the same thing, man. The hottest radio network on the planet, High Frequency Radio Network. My name is So L, the host of The Foundation here on High Frequency Radio Network, and it has been a pleasure. 10 things you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. And I'll catch you next week. Peace to the gods.
High Frequency Radio.